Hi there, ladies and gentlemen. This video is to explain to you how to do the lesson for today. The first thing you need to know is that there are three parts to today's lesson. The first is this slide that tells you all the directions. The second is slide number 2. That is where you are going to take your notes. And then the third piece is going to be a second tab opened up to TCI Online, open to lesson number 2, section number 2. You'll know that you're right in the right spot because it'll say right here, number 2, feudalism establishing order. As you read today, I would like you to make sure that you click on both of the images, read the captions, click on the blue vocabulary words so that you can remind yourself of what they mean, and then we are going to be reading today. So let's go back to our instructions. Directions. Read Lesson 2, Section 2, Establishing Order in TCI Online. Remember to sign in through Clever. You're going to be reading the text so you can fill in the blanks on the next slide. Let's take a look at that. This slide is a graphic that shows you how feudalism was established in Europe. Its general shape is in the shape of a pyramid with different people labeled for each section. So at the top, we have a picture of a king, and it's labeled monarchs, kings, and queens. Then we have a nobleman. Nobles are lords and ladies. We have a knight, our knights. And then at the very bottom, we have serfs, and we have a picture of a serf. As you read today, you're going to be learning about each of these four groups, in addition to a little bit about the Catholic Church and manners. The people higher up in the pyramid have more power. The people further down have less power, but more people. So every time you see the red word type, there's a text box. These are the areas where you're expected to type your answers. Most of these answers are short, 1 or 2 words. If you need to adjust your text box so that you can fit the answer, feel free to move it as needed, and you can change the font size by clicking plus or minus up here in your toolbar, okay? Like I said, most of these are all short answers, 1 or 2 words, except for describing a manor. In the manor box, I gave you a little post-it note to remind you. For manor, describe what it is and what buildings are included. And of course, you'll find that answer in the text, okay? So this is our document that we're completing today. Let's go back to our instructions. Every time you find evidence, that's the answer, highlight it in the text. So let's go ahead and go over one together. If I look at this one right here, it's for monarchs, kings, and queens, kept some blank for themselves, gave most to their blank. So let's go to the text. I just happen to know that this is information that starts in paragraph number 2. Under this system, people were bound to one another by promises of loyalty. In theory, all of the land in the kingdom belonged to the monarch. That's evidence to answer our question. So I'm going to highlight it. You can pick any of the 3 colors. It does not matter. And now I'm going to go back to my text. Back to my notes. And they kept some land for themselves. Okay? Every time you type an answer, make sure that in the text you highlighted where you found the evidence. When you're doing this document, we have the Catholic Church over here, a little bit to learn about, manners, descriptions in each of these boxes for the different levels of society, and there's also questions over here on the side that you need to answer. So a question about kings, here's one about nobles, one about knights. The area for serfs is too small, so the question's right here, okay? So there's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 things to fill in here today. Okay, quite a bit. You'll find all of these answers by reading the text. Some of you have gotten into the habit of Googling answers. Please do not Google answers. Everything that you need to know will come from these few paragraphs right here on this page, okay? When you're done with your notes, you can try to do the check for understanding activity by dragging the boxes, and you can check your answers. You can reset it as well. don't do the notebook down here. Do not, I'll say it again, do not do this. You're only in TCI to read the text and to highlight your evidence. If you have any questions, make sure to reach out to me during class through the chat or during office hours.